All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get this show on the road. Welcome to the ESL Heroes Go4Heroes Americas Cup number 12. I'm the FourCourtJester, and unfortunately, I am flying solo today. So, yep, c'est la vie. Mr. Shane Gooberface there, his last shift of the year, more or less, as he's about to switch out jobs, which will give him a little bit more flexibility. He will hopefully be joining us next weekend. But that's all right. We got a lot of great heroes for you today, and I'm happy that you guys are able to here to join us. So, what are we doing? All right, we're into the round of 16 because these guys did have a bye, couldn't get a hold of any of the newer teams in the round of 32, but there were 21, I want to say 21 teams that signed up, 22 that signed up, 19 got in. Good job, guys. We're growing the bracket slowly. We're going to fill that 32 eventually, so keep at it, guys. Unfortunately, also, if you guys checked out the amateur league that we did on Wednesday, there's a few teams. The Rising Taquitos are here. The Happy Fairy Dragons signed up but didn't check in. A little unfortunate. They were the top 2 seeds of that, so it's good to see them actually signing up, but unfortunately, they weren't able to make it. So, c'est la vie. Either way, growth is growth, and while everybody's off watching Tempo Storm dominating EU like we knew they would, we're going to get things started here with Prime Evils Gaming up against the LunatiK eSports. And unfortunately, I got their team names a little bit backwards. We're going to fix that. And we're going to be going to the Cursed Hollow. So without further ado, we're going to get that rolling here for you. As, once again, Stormdraft doesn't actually tell me who got the first pick, but looking at it, it looks like it's going to be the LunatiKs. So, they're going to be blue, they got themselves a first pick, and right off the bat, it's going to be an Azmodan ban. Not too surprising, Tempo Storm has been just absolutely dominating with this hero, and has spread like wildfire to a lot of these other teams out there in the brackets. So, no stacking queue today, and Cursed Hollow is a very big map. There's a lot of jungle space in between lanes that he can just kind of hide out and look for those queues with coordinated AoE clears like Rhaegar, like Illidan. But we're not going to be doing that today, as he will be on the bench. Same here with the good old Tassadar. So Tassadar extremely good on the Cursed Hollow map because of that Oracle, because of his survivability. He has a great brawling synergy with a lot of team comps, and he fits a very nice niche. So we're not going to be dealing with that. First pick. Now, as a note, this is going to be a first pick ETC, which is, I think, going to be setting up for a Protect the Hammer comp here from LunatiK eSports. Because if you're not going to be first picking Rhaegar, who's left on the board, then you're probably not setting yourself up for an Illidan. That's just my thoughts. So the ETC is going to be coming out strong as the frontliner here from LunatiK, and not a surprise, Rhaegar's left on the board. Prime Evils are going to immediately gobble that up with Avala to go into that back line. So Avala with the extra just good DPS. She's basically the tier 1 assassin right now. Tychus has really been taking a hit. Falstead you just do not even see anymore. It's unfortunate, but, you know, she's definitely good first pick material, but, you know, Rhaegar made it through the bans, had to get that pick. Very likely to see a double support with an Illidan or a Kerrigan, possibly even a Thrall. There's some really good Thrall play in the amateur league the other day, but we'll see. LunatiK is now going to respond with the immediate pickup on the hammer. Absolutely. You got yourself a good frontliner, and you don't have to deal with, you know, the Azmodan. Sure, why not? Take it. Just do it up, guys. Curiously enough, though, they are also going to be taking the Nazebo away from the Prime Evils Gaming. So that is going to be, I feel, a bigger deny pick rather than a synergistic pick, because this is now 2 ranged, not assassins, specialists to go with LunatiK. And usually, you know, we're actually now shifting towards a little bit more of a double healer meta, which means those last 2 picks are likely to be healers or some kind of supporty kind of characters. And I don't know about that, so we'll have to see, you know, the lack of a ranged assassin. If you're not getting Vala, it's almost like nobody's even going Tychus, nobody's even going Falstead. It's more Tyrande, it's more bruisers these days. The melees are coming out strong. Sonya's been seeing a lot of play, so we'll have to see what LunatiK wants to do with those last 2 spots. But flip side, Prime will say, you're going to leave us a hook, we're going to take a hook. It's a great way to put up pressure against those squishy backliners. The hooks on the Sergeant Hammer can be absolutely devastating. The hooks on Nazebo can be absolutely just mind-shattering. So we'll see. And there it is. There's the Illidan as well. So the Illidan to go with that Rhaegar. We're probably going to be looking for an Uther last pick here from Prime Evils, but LunatiK they're actually still trying to figure out. They're dipping into their pool time. They are going to try to see what they can figure out in terms of the comp, because if they are not going to go double heals, they have to go some kind of support here. Who would you put for double heals here? Uther. There's already a Rhaegar out, so Uther Malfurion, if you want to deny that kind of synergy towards the Illidan, but then you're really just kind of piling the heals on top of the ETC, who has his own heals, by the way. And I don't know, it doesn't really feel super good for the Protect the Hammer comp. The Uther for sure. If there's not an Uther in this, I'm going to eat my hat, the hat that I'm wearing. Oh, there it is, actually. Good job. But this last pick, I don't know, I think they might want to look at another damage option. I really do. In terms of a frontliner, perhaps a brawler, Sonya, for example, can absolutely deal the damage while taking a few hits of her own. If you don't want to do that, double tank it up. Yeah. Go with a Mirrodin, go with the CC, go with an Arthas, go with that kind of area control. Because they have a Stitches on the flip side there, on Primeval. So they know that the hooks are going to be coming. The more bodies you can get in front of that backline, the better. And if you can hook a tank or you can hook that Uther, you're not really doing yourself any kind of favors. It's a really nice way to play around the hook, so to speak. 45 seconds left on full time. LunatiK still thinking of it. I'd be very surprised if it's not some kind of bruiser or ranged DPS or warrior. I mean, if they go second support here, I don't know. I think that's just more, again, once a deny, just so that they don't get that prime Illidan. And yeah, it's not going to be a double here. They are going to go for another frontliner. It will be the Zeratul. The Zeratul is going to be trying to do some reset here, use the stealth, probably roam a bit earlier rather than later, which will be fantastic for him. And yeah, they did need another DPS. So it's not going to be the double tank. It will be the solo tank. ETC is a boss tank, though. It's really hard to get around him. Double specialist in the back, and then that melee assassin come out with the Zeratul. So really fun stuff right there. What can Primevals now do? There's no Tassadar. The Rhaegar's out. Oh, they have the Rhaegar, sorry. And the Uther is gone. Usually, for this kind of comp, you'd see a Malfurion, because you need to be protecting that Illidan. And, well, it's like I know this game or something. There's the Malfurion now to be going with that Illidan comp. So, yeah, double heals for the Illidan. We got the Rhaegar with the Ancestral. We got the Tranquility now coming out. And that should be more than enough to keep up the Stitches, the Illidan, and keep that Valis safe from harm. That means that is it. That is our drafts. And, the teams are so nice. Yep. Good to go. Good luck. Have fun. We're going to get this game rolling, ladies and gentlemen. So there is definitely some merits here to being a solo cast. You don't have to wait on anybody else, because it's just you. All right. That means 10 out of 10. We're ready to go. We're jumping in here. Cursed Hollow once more, guys. That is going to be the map. LunatiK eSports and Primevals Gaming. They're thinking, yeah, let's get this going. Maybe. I don't know. Actually, we're thinking about it here for a second. Enabled. Yeah, there we go. All right, there we go. Here comes the countdown. So, LunatiK and Primevals, in terms of everything else, if we can break that front line of LunatiK from the Primevals gang, if Illidan can wedge himself into that front and create the opening, I don't think LunatiK's going to have a very fun time of it. But alternatively, if you can't break open that front door, Sergeant Hammer is just going to absolutely start whamming on people. The Ravenous coming out, the Nazebo as well. I'd be curious to see if LunatiK's actually going to go for a party lane right off the bat. Put the Nazebo and the Sergeant Hammer bottom lane. I don't see that happening. I'm likely to see a Nazebo top and the ETC mid. Or if they put the Stitches bottom, the ETC will go to protect the Hammer with the Uther, and Zeratul with the roams. So, yeah, absolutely. They cannot do a party lane. It has to be a 1-1-2 and a roam if Zeratul wants to get, the best that he can out of it. But, no, that's some of the beauty of this game. There's a lot of ways to be playing this game. It might be beta, and, a lot of stigma comes attached to that. Sometimes things crash, and sometimes things just don't work out, and bugs are found. But that is a part of the beauty of beta testing games for Blizzard, because they're usually very solid, but you also get a chance to contribute to the community. And cups like these, they're fun to watch. A lot of people get to learn the game, get introduced to it, and it gives me a good amount of work to kind of play around with here as well. Blue side, LunatiK eSports. Now, LunatiK, you might know some of these names if you've been watching some of the ESL Cups over the years. Wow, I say over the years, over the months maybe. Weeks? Yeah, months. Yeah, I'll go with months. They did just get picked up by their new sponsor, LunatiK, and they are known in the past as Vivid. If you've been watching, again, you should recognize some of these names. It is Vivid eSports. So they've left Vivid. They got picked up there by LunatiK, which is why they're repping the new handle. I believe also they've kept now their spot in the HPL. I don't think they were... No, they're definitely an ESL major, so they're there as well. So, yeah, it's just literally the boys from Vivid now here into LunatiK. Flip side, though, Prime Evils, not people I've seen before, but it's good to be introduced to new names all the time. And definitely we'll have to see what they can do here with one of their inaugural games, if not inaugural cast of Heroes of the Storm here in the Go4Heroes. So, bottom lane does get collapsed upon. Malfurion comes down with the Rhaegar. They're going to be keeping that Vala alive, and that mana return going right into, you can see right there, right into that Vala. It's going to be keeping her pushing. We do got the Siege Tank and the Uther. We have Ego by himself with that Witch Doctor and ETC up into the top. So they do have a nice split. We did have Salo go and grab that Watchtower, so a little bit of vision now going back their way, but there's no way Azerto can gank down into this bottom lane. 2 healers this early on. There's no real big burst. It's much better served into the mid, just like that, on top of Eru. It might be an Illidan mid, and you're not going to be seeing much out of him for a bit, but he is very susceptible to Azerto ganks. Taking a look at the talents, Conjurer's Block, Death Ritual. Is that the right one? No, there goes Rhaegar. Wow, they actually did gank down bottom lane and get the kill. That's mighty impressive. Yeah, Death Ritual's right. Okay, Resistant in Siege mode. I suspect we're going to be seeing Hover Siege from Slime by the late game. So a Hover Sieging Slime with Resistant is all about denying the hook, all about denying the roots. We're going to have, you know, the 90% slow coming out there from Rhaegar, level 16, possibly even the Reign of Vengeance. So, Anatoxin going to be trying to chase down Hospital, the hook land! And that is going to be some beef on the Butcher's table. Really nicely played there, Anatoxin. Well done. Flip side, though, Conjurers, Heavy Slam, Shadow Shield, Healing Totem, and Composite Arrows. Doesn't look like a multi-shot build coming out of Vala. You know, very popular. The single target build did kind of have a brief resurgence at the beginning of the patch, you know, with the last Vikings introduced, because we saw a little bit of a shift in terms of how many warriors we saw, but now it is really leaning towards the double supports. So, yeah, multi-shot's going to be coming back into style. Farsight there for controlling our Zeratul, controlling some of our bigger objectives here from the Rhaegar. So Rhaegar gets that tier earlier, but wow, Zergling, he's going to be absolutely locked down and served up for dinner. Here comes one of those healing wards, but 4-on-3, it's not going to be a good idea here from Prime Evils to stick around. Zerice is going to be the big target, and he is going to get auto-attacked to death. Our bottom lane, though, Slime and DJ Hellscream, they have been down here, and they have not gone up for that tribute, but point is going to be awarded here to LunatiK. They take home the 2 kills, and they've been soaking down that bottom lane. Sai and Proteges thinking, yeah, maybe they can take out Eru, but it's just not meant to be, not today. So Illidan will live to see another day. Taking a look at level 4s, level 7, so Protective Shield, Cleanse, not really too much of a surprise. It's a pretty standard Uzi build these days. And there are quite a few attacks that you can cleanse out, especially depending on how many ults we do pick up here. Zerice thinking, all right, we can do Slime here, but here comes the first aid. Proteges and Silo, they're going to be locking down Zergling, but not quite enough to grab that kill. Slime with those thrusters, just zooming around. He does have the first aid. He popped it at the beginning of that fight. Knew his teammates were coming down. He needed to make the best use of it. ETC has the block Echo Pedal into Guitar Hero. We've been seeing this build a lot from the Battle Cow. Makes him a heck of a solo monster. Illidan, once more, just kind of fallen to the ravages of our Witch Doctor. He has not been having himself a good early game, and now these turrets, no ammo. So the towers are very likely to be dropping. Zergling going to be coming up from behind. Has that Master Skin Rhaegar. Here goes the totem into the roots. Finally, Arrow is actually going to be catching up. Silo should still actually have Blink, but he's fighting it out. It's going to be a healing ward down on the floor for all of red, but it's not going to be enough for Zergling. Here comes the rest of the collapse. Still got the Siege Sister in the bottom lane there with Started Hammer, but Ego. So not going to drop here either. Hospital with that Echo Pedal. My goodness, he's actually able to take him the second kill. Malfurion is going to be dropping, and now it looks like Eru's going to be on the run, but Silo, he has himself that Mount. Oh, what a great dodge. Ario's going to live to see another day. Protégé just gives it up. It's more important to go grab that tribute. And 2 for 2 right into the pockets there of LunatiK as they hit level 10, almost mid-fight. And they're looking pretty good. This early game, it's definitely theirs. Vala not doing whatsoever anything good here with Slime. And you can see she's not having the best of days. Slime has not gone to any tribute. Hasn't needed to and has taken down this bottom gate all by himself. Bolts are out though. Take a quick look. Divine Storm, Void Prison, Ravenous Spirit, Napalm Strike, and Stage Dive. It's not going to be a mosh pit. I'm a little interested to see it's a not mosh considering we have 3 melees here, but I guess they said, nope, there's no point. There's way too many ways to stun it out, and we don't want a useless ultimate. So instead, it's going to be global pressure. This means the Hospital doesn't even have to leave lane all the way until there's going to be a fight. You can probably see him jumping this this party bush as soon as he's clearing up with that quick. Is going to keep these guys well into the experience lead with that extra global pressure, but Hook, Psy, you're just going to immediately blink out. We do got our own ults. Twilight Dream, it's not going to be the Trank. It's going to be the Gorge, Hunt, Ancestral Healing, and Strafe. Not even a Rain of Vengeance. I am a little surprised at this, but Zerius, here it comes. Bam! Right there, like a rock star. I have no idea who Zerkin was trying to heal with that one, but it was not that Motherium, and this is going to be just death on a platter. Hospital is really trying to do the big body block that he can. Nice Void Prison. Does get DJ Hellstrom and Anatoxin. This is likely to be a kill. 1 and 2. Zergling going to get out, skin of his teeth. Nobody there to pick him up, but it's a 4-man wipe. 7-minute mark. This is going to be a devastating push for LunatiK because not only do they have the boss pushing down the rest of this bottom lane, it's now going to be marching through a curse right up here to the gates. We got Siege Bros now there as well, and I have to guess that these guys are going to go back, get the health, and go straight to boss, and you can see the arrows are going straight up there, as you can see. Top lane, minions are pushing in, and the talent tier advantage is now actually achieved here. Level 13 to 10. See some of those 13 talents. Shrink Ray, Wormhole Sprint, Giant Killer. We've been seeing this a lot. Well, maybe not resistant, but I still think that's going to be Hover Disease. But the Giant Killer now on the auto attacks for the Surge Hammer because the Bullhead Mines are just no longer useful. And it's going to be the Uber Rock, 20% movement speed. Either way, enemy team, the Primeval is going to go deal with that bottom boss. And because of that, they're going to lose out this top. They lost out mid-fort, bottom gates to keep. And look, yeah, top fort down as well. No big damage here as of yet, though. And hey, why not? You know, there's another boss on the field that's giving us basically just map control here to LunatiK straight across the board, and they pick up the Bruisers. So Bruisers are going to be dealing here with this one turret with 1 ammo. Not looking good. 3 people split to go deal with that, which means that the boss is now going to be living just that much longer. And here comes the team to support it. They're going to be looking for this gate, possibly this keep. Also probably a fight because it's level 12 to 15. We do have that extra talent here. There's the Zerius to avoid prison. And this is going to be Protégé. He's setting up Stage Dive perfectly timed. 1 and 2. Looking for that hat trick. Zerius is going to fall as well. Really nice setup here from the LunatiK. Yeah, their draft, absolutely phenomenal. Their gameplay this early game has now put them almost 2 talents ahead. If they hit 16, and they're about to, right before 13, it is a 2-tier advantage. And LunatiK's looking strong here in this first game of the Go4Heroes NA Cup number 12. Although I guess I shouldn't say NA. It's the Americas, the Go4Heroes Americas Cup. 16-12. Everybody's now back up. Primeval's going to try to mount some kind of defense. Look at that, the Hover Siege. So Hover Siege and Resistance do stack together. No, they stack together very well. While in Siege mode, duration of silence is stun, slows, and roots are reduced 75%. You can hook him, you can root him, you can silence him, but it's all only going to be worth a quarter of that disable. It's a really interesting way to go. I've actually been tinkering, believe it or not, I never thought I'd see the day. I've been tinkering with Regen Master on Sergeant Hammer. I know it sounds really strange, really weird, but I've been winning a lot of Hero League games because of it. Because if you pick out an early Hammer in Heroes League, you're susceptible to counter picks, is the best way to put it. And Illidan's, Stitches, Mirrodins, Agaras, you know, these big Tyrandas, especially Tyrandas, my goodness. So what do? Well, you need to live, which means you need to survive your lane, which means you also need to survive to the team fight phase. And what's the best way to do that without getting Vampiric Assault? Get yourself a Regen Master, +4 base regen, and then stacking from there. You're almost never leaving lane early anyway. So that's enough of that. Just a little bit of a tip and an update, but LunatiK is going to be absolutely destroyed. That's going to be the hunt here on top of Slime, but Eru is on the wrong side of this fight. That's the silence there from Zeris, but again, did not hit the Witch Doctor. And I'll tell you why, because Proteges with that cleanse. Nope, I lied. He didn't cleanse anybody. I don't know how that silence missed Ego then, but Ego sprinting forward, looking for the kill there. Top of the Illidan. Looks like we did lose out Rhaegar and Stitches in that fight, but it was killless for the Primeval. They have 1 kill on record, and I'm struggling to remember exactly who it was that died. Either way, they do got their 13, so let's take a look there. Shrink Ray, Mega Smash. This is clearly a Smash build. Slam build, sorry, from Mr. Stitches. But Giant Killer coming out with the Hunt. Yeah, the Hunt. Yeah, the Hunt. Right. Ego actually about to be the second kill of Team Rip. We need to replace Ego, so we need to talk after this. Either way, Healing Surge, woo, here comes the Hunt. Eru, a little bit far forward without his team. Hospital's thinking about it, but they don't got a mash pit, so they can't lock him down. Hospital should be all right out of this with that 20% movement speed, but no, maybe not. If that hook actually does hit, DJ Hellscream, you know, with that Frost Shot build, yeah, there it is, Frost Shot at level 13. He could slow these guys down enough. Here comes Eru and Zergling, though. They're looking for the sandwich, but I'm not too sure they're actually going to find it. There goes the Ancestral on top of Eru, put them back to full health. Proteges is going to be the martyr, as all 5 do collapse on top of him, but, yeah, that's the fun thing about Uther. He can still be annoying, even in death. This tribute has just been sitting here forever, but now we got some Winion catapults on top of this core. It's not quite over yet from Prime. These late game fights have actually turned their way. They've put 2 more kills on the board. They're going to get themselves his first tribute. Well, not if Hospital has actually anything to say about it. And him versus Zergling, I think I would take his Hospital on that one anytime. And woo, Stitches actually going down in this bottom lane. Sai able to take him down to help the Slime. This could be it for Zeris, but Sai Law does not go down. He Void Prisons a sorcerer. Oh my god, the wizard minion get Void Prison. Hey, well, he lived, right? But yeah, he lived. Good job. Hospital has been delaying as best he can up here, but he did bring the ire of the Illidan. He was prepared for him, though. And not going to be a kill. Still losing 2 team members from Primevals in that bottom lane, while they did not get a very timely tribute. That's definitely hurting them overall, because now they don't have the map pressure or the presence to do anything about this boss. And this boss coming through this bottom lane is going to do a good number, because we're at the 13-minute mark. Thankfully, though, they have started out their own. This could be the first boss going to the Primevals if they can capitalize on this timing. But again, they're down 2 members. Stitches even got knocked off his horse on his way. Here comes their East now, finally. Sai, he does not have that Void. That's a big thing for him. He doesn't have it for 45 seconds, but he can watch. And as long as, oh, he's going to go for the kill on top of Zerg. Wow. That is really gutsy. You don't see that sort of deal much. But yeah, they're setting up. They want to be sitting on top of this. Here comes the stun. Stage dive. They're contesting. LunatiK is going to take home the boss. Eru not looking so hot. There goes Zeris. 1, 2, 3. They are down with another hat trick under the belt of LunatiK. Perhaps even the quad, as Anna talks. And yep, he's going to be in that zombie wall. He actually devoured a catapult just before the zombies came up. If he devoured the zombie, probably would have been able to get out, but with the 5-man roam like that, oh, he was not going to live whatsoever. Level 19, 16. We did get those 16 talents here from the Primes, but I'm not too sure it's going to matter whatsoever. Void Prison's going off. Hellscream is just going to get rebuffed here by Hospital, and that will be that, as they say, as LunatiK Gaming comes out strong under new sponsorship this week here in the Go4Heroes Americas Cup number 12, round 16, the first match of the day, could you believe it? And yeah, good game, well played to them. So, first pick ETC typically will land you into a Protect the Hammer comp, but even without a ranged DPS, the double specialist, the double range specialist was just enough to pick themselves up that win, and convincing win it was. So Congratulations to them. They will move on. And let's take a quick look at the bracket while we're here. Murlocs Inc., they did have a bye, and they're looking for the winner of Bacon and the Bits. That's a great name. Bacon and the Bits versus, I don't even know how to say that, but it's some Brazilian team. All right, this is going to be terrible, but Miromberos da Tempestade. No, probably some, I don't. If I find them, I'll ask them how to say it. Winner of that is going to go on to the Murlocs. Prime Evils is now knocked out. LunatiK will move on to the quarters. Prime Heroes is going up against Bloodlust. Don't have a result of that yet, but winner of that will move on to quarters to face the winner of Magikarp and Tempest. So Tempest, definitely one of those names that have been around for a while. Wildfire is waiting on the winners of Wonderbillies and Macacos Gaming, which I think is a Mexico team, looking at the flag. You Forced My Hand and the Barrel Boys has not been reported, but I know that they were at least playing. Well, they're not in-game, which means Barrel Boys probably won. I'd be actually surprised if they hadn't, but you never know. You Forced My Hand could be a sleeper hit. Inferno's Gaming and X-Crafters, and that leaves us with the Rising Taquitos versus Flex, and the winners there to go up against Actions Per Minute. When we return, we will have ourselves one of these matches, and the next game here for the Go4Heroes Americas Cup number 12.